good look at kudu this morning at one stage, females and a youngster. And I was talking about how I really like these antelope. They're one of my favorite antelopes. They just have such a regal and royal presence to them. Really are majestic, and especially these big bulls. Now the one closest to us here is the youngest of the four. He looks like he's probably about 5, maybe 6 years old. And in the background there's at least 2 of those bulls that are probably 7 years or more. They're really, really big guys. And they're moving closer towards the road as well, so we should get another good look at them just now. Yes, the guy in the back is bigger. Hopefully he comes out again so we can see him. Let's just go a bit closer while they're moving. This guy is just going to come out. And we're also very lucky in them being so relaxed. Quite often kudu can be very, very skittish, especially these big bulls. They don't get this big by standing out in the open all the time, so they can sometimes be very skittish or very surreptitious. These guys are nice and comfortable with us as well. They really are very, very spectacular antelope. Big guy that physically is in very, very good shape. Obviously there's been lots of good food around, lots of water. I would say he probably weighs about 300 kilograms. Massive, massive, big antelope. You can look at his shoulders, his chest. Very, very big guy. 300, maybe even just over 300 kilograms, so 650 odd pounds. They're spectacular. And this is the smallest one of the four, and he's in very good shape. Like I said, he's probably about 5, maybe 6 years old. Now the one in the background there as well, he's right in behind the trees at the moment. Also a big guy. Black-bellied Koran. But often not that easy to see these birds. They can be very, very sort of sly and shy. It's quite nice to be able to see this one out in the open. Quite a large species as well. In terms of its size, it's not quite as big as some of its related cousins. Things like the Kori bustard or the Ludwig's buzzards are much, much larger. But in terms of the other koran, the other species we get in this area quite often is the red-crested koran. They're probably about 60% the size of this bird. And this is the male of the species. Like I said, a black-bellied koran. Funnily enough, your red-crested koran, the other species that we see around here, and actually see them more often than this one, both the male and female have a black belly as well. But they also have the red crest, which they're named after. Most bird names can in the beginning be a bit of a massive sort of confusing thing to work through. But once you get to know them a little bit and you start seeing characteristics, most birds have got some kind of relevance to what they look like. So it gets easier and easier as time goes by. What I like about these guys, not so much the red-crested koran, but this species we're looking at, the black-bellied koran, they quite often, if they're in longer grass, when they walk away, they lower their legs a little bit, so they get the body lower down in the grass, so that you can't actually see the body, and the head moves through the grass very much like a snake. I mean, to the point where you can actually imagine it being a snake. So there's some mimicry in that, where they would hopefully then deter other predators from trying to follow them along, because the predator, let's say a jackal maybe, might think that it is actually a snake. Oh, fantastic. Let's go up to Cheetah Katla and go look around some more. Seems as if the termites coming out of this termite mound. And they're just really beautiful. Just look at those wings. It's interesting that it must have just started maybe minutes ago. Around about sunset time, as it gets dark here tonight, there'll be thousands of these termites out. It's been raining quite a lot, so it's perfect conditions. The soil and the sand is nice and wet, so you'll have all these termites flying out and then looking for mates, and if they find one mate, dig a hole and start thousands of new colonies tonight. Most of those won't ever reach anything more than maybe just the one or two that dig the hole. A lot of those won't even get to mate, they'll get eaten. But they've got numbers on their side. There will literally be millions of termites out just in our little area tonight, never mind the greater area that we're in. Now just look at that, such amazing design, beautiful wings, nice fat termites as well. If you're really hungry, you could collect a lot of these, and ideally it's better to cook them a little bit, and then you'd have quite a high protein meal. I have no idea why I thought of that part of it just after saying how beautiful they are, but it is really a massive food source for so many animals out here. Some animals specialize in eating termites, but other animals don't necessarily specialize in it, but they will nonetheless eat many of them, even big things, lions. In the Kalahari, it's well known that when you get these big termite explosions, you will literally get a lion or a leopard lying in a place like this, and they'll lick those termites up as they come out. So it's not just little things like birds and small predators that eat them. Even big ones will utilize this food source when it's available. Tonight we have to make sure we keep our doors and windows closed when we've got the lights on.